Heading into season 4, the big news is that Frozen is coming.
Yes.
How do you feel about that? Are you a big fan of that film? Or?
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic film, and I think that the characters slot in so well into Once Upon a Time. You know, the first episode, I think people are going to be blown away by, and plus Georgina and Elizabeth to play Anna and Elsa. I mean, the casting couldn't be any better. They literally look exactly like the characters.
I have to ask, why no Olaf, guys?
Too perfect, you know. I mean, we just didn't feel like we could. We just didn't want to touch it. We just loved it from the movie. Josh Gad was so great. You know, we're not sure the CG snowman was look as good as what they did in the film, and we just thought, let's not.
And to be honest, like we had an idea for a story involving Anna and Elsa, and it didn't involve Olaf in a way where, like, if we just created it just to have him, it would feel shoehorned in a way that we didn't want to do and didn't feel right.
Emma and Hook finally hooked up at the end of the last season. I mean, what's going to come up for them? Because, you know, surely it can't run smooth.
No, I mean, does it ever run smooth on a TV show? I think it's complicated. They're two very complicated characters, and, you know, they really do have a deep connection, I believe. And the kiss at the end of the season finale was a very genuine kiss, was a real thing. And I think now they have to sort of figure out how they can progress from that, or if they should, or if they shouldn't, you know, in Storybrooke, in the real world, you know.
What's coming up for Gold and Belle now that they're married? What's coming up next?
Well, I think that the relationship is going to be stretched now, because obviously it started off with a lie, with Gold with a dagger. She's going to find out about this eventually. I think what I can say, I can't tell you who it is. Actually, I've just thought of something which is a good thing. Someone will blackmail Gold over this. And that's coming up, probably episode 3 or 4.
Now, Belle believes the monster in him is gone, that he's a good man. What do you think about that?
I think he's an addict, you know. I think that's really what he is. You know, he's addicted to the power, he's addicted to magic. I don't know whether he can ever let it go, but we shall soon see. What
can you tell us about what else is coming up for Hook outside of his romance with Emma?
Well, he will be changing clothes into modern clothes, which is very exciting for me. Yeah, I mean, he's sort of, remember that Hook is a pirate. He's Captain Hook, so he will always have that in him, and he has to sort of deal with that, especially in the context of his relationship with Emma.
And what can you tell us about how Michael Socker's going to come into the fold as Knave of Hearts?
Well, he comes in episode 3, and if you know a bit about his character, he comes in. You know, it's hard. I don't want to spoil it, but Michael, we think, is going to be a fun addition to the show.
Yeah, he's got a very fun presence, and he's a great actor. And you know,
he's a thief, and Emma's a sheriff, and so, you know, we'll see what happens in that town. But we also know that he was a kicked-out member of the Merry Men, a disgraced member of the Merry Men, and Ravin is in town. So I think there's a few people who might want to settle scores with him.
Now, Eddie and Adam have talked about there maybe being another spin-off from this show. If there was going to be a spin-off, which character would you like to see star in it?
Hook?
Us together.
Yeah, Belle and Rob.
Belle and Gold, their own show. Yeah.
Definitely.
The Belle and Rumble show.
Yeah,
and then there's like a little jig. Rumbell. Oh,
interesting.
That's an interesting thing we just came up with.
I think all the characters are so strong in this show that anybody could have a spin-off. Anybody could. But yeah, I'm going to say Hook because I play Captain Hook, so that'll be fun.